Welcome to Hipster Stash. You get it? Have you ever had that experience where you're trying to show a movie you love to people and then inevitably they're like bored? Now that's a YouTube series I'm doing where I show movies I love to my friends, all three of them. They'll weigh in and tell you whether I'm crazy or not, if it's actually a good movie.
We got two guys coming in, and these fellas collect frozen entrees.
Whoa.
Yeah,
frozen? You mean TV dinners?
Yes, they collect frozen dinners of some sort. I know these guys are absolutely nuts. They're going to be in here.
In my collection now, I've got over 900 pieces. So just to hold them all, I got to run 14 full-size freezers in a one-bedroom apartment. These are my boys. Goose and Mav. Amazing.
So, gentlemen, before we do any talking, go ahead and put on your cock heads.
Nothing better on the radio than funny hats.
That's right, my friend. Funny hats in the morning.
1959 Stofers. This is like the Mickey Mantle rookie card. The Kiss solo meals that they issued. These things, man, these are really hard to find today. And look at this, Gene Simmons. This is just a beauty. It's in premium shape. I mean, this thing.
There are comedy films where there's a great plot's all laid out, it's got a great structure, conflict, goals, theme, and it's not funny. Alternatively, there are movies with very little structure, maybe there's not much conflict, I don't know, but it's funny, and you don't know why, and it's just like, this shit's... Just think about any comedy you love. Like, what do you love about it? Is it the structure, the goals, the conflict? No, it's little details, it's tiny little details, the way a line is delivered, the way he poops his pants. You know, on the page it might just say, he poops his pants, and that's not funny. It's the way he poops his pants. Hipster Stash, episode 1. Let's see how crazy I am.
You're having a rusty trombone? Oh, you're giving a rusty trombone. Sorry. Could you hold for just a minute, please?
There we go. Okay, everybody say hi. We got our whole 7-person panel. Pepper, what did you think of the film?
Right, we got a convention. It's going to be.
We're going to get. Fellas, we're running out of time, but everybody else can check you out on the web at frozenfood.com, I imagine. Something like that.
It's
fantastic. Well, we'll check it out. We'll link to you here at 106.9.
Really enjoyed meeting you guys, really.
After a big fire, when we do what we call salvage and overhaul, I'm able to actually root through quite a bit of rubble and find some treasures occasionally.
Isn't it illegal to remove something from the scene of a fire?
Oh no, well actually maybe.
Very valuable to me, but also on the open market. This one I got down on 8th Street. It was a bungalow fire. It was actually quite savage, and the fire was a-blowing. I was very fortunate to make it out alive.
Now, what about the family? Didn't they have any interest in getting those plates back?
Oh no, they burned to a crisp. But I was able to save the full set, so it wasn't a total loss.
Well, Heidi and I have been married for about 4.5 months now. We are newlyweds. People sometimes are surprised to learn that we are a couple. Experiment with homosexuality. It was about from the age of 13 till about 6 months ago. But that's when I met the good folks at XK Ministries, and they opened up my eyes to the fact that I am a sinner, but I could be saved through a strict regimen of prayer and self-loathing.
Whoever loses the game has to eat this on camera, and you are a vegetarian.
Yes.
So this is a high stakes game for you.
Oh man.
This is what we're about. High stakes gambling.
Oh. It smells
like a freezer.
It smells like the freezer.
It smells like a freezer.
It smells like a frozen.
What else is in our freezer?
Notes of
cardboard.
Ice. The McRib is a pretty regrettable
I spent $1.20 on this joke.
Let's judge the packaging first of all.
Yeah, what do we got? Is this a Duchamp? Is there quarters?
Okay, so the box is red.
They're going with red this year. Yeah, I know. It's gonna be real sexy. I'm real excited to see him.
Sean, are you sure red?
Yeah, I'm sure.
My people said they're going to be blue.
Well, your people are wrong. First of all, Swanson, Angus beef. Okay. Yeah, they're blue. Yeah, they look fantastic. Okay, classic fried chicken.
Well, because it's a banquet, but it's not like
now
a
it
feast.
says keep frozen.
Yeah.
because it's a collector's item. Probably.
Never thaw.
Never been thawed.
Never to be thawed.
You can never look at the frozen food aisle again without thinking about this.
So it's worth $1.20 now.
It's got like built-in advertising.
What do you think its market value will be in about 50 years?
This exact one?
This exact one.
Well, if my YouTube channel takes off, that would be a collector's item right there.
You're gonna sign it?
Yeah. I mean,
would you sign it for me right now?
We could all sign it.
It's not enough for a meal.
Duchamp. The Teddy Duchamp.
Package designer working for Swanson by the name of Teddy Duchamp. Only here's the thing. He's not really a package designer at all. He's an artist. Okay, the guy fucking hangs out with Warhol. They're like friends for the 1972 Hungry Man line. And here's what it is. A white box with a picture of a fucking spark plug on it. No text, nothing, no bullshit, just art, okay? But these guys, they don't fucking get it, right? Because they're not, you know, they're not into that shit. So they send him back to his drawing board and say, give us the usual bullshit. How awesome is this? Okay, Salisbury steak, mashed potatoes, and roll of quarters, right there.
Marcel Duchamp, famous for his statue art installation, which was just a urinal upside down. It's called Fountain.
Yeah.
He
was a, humorous surrealist.
A Dadaist.
Surrealist
dude. And then this is Teddy Duchamp.
2002 Calvinator. Cryogenic fucking cold. It runs at 125 watts per side at 8 ohms, tricked out aftermarket. I can run this bitch at 500 watts all day long, 450 PSI on the compressor, airtight, watertight, submersible up to 350 feet. It's my best flagship.
All right, so we just watched Never Been Thawed. Never Been Thawed, 2005. She had seen it before. I'd made her watch it before years
So long ago.
She didn't remember any of it. I saw it in a theater in the original run.
What?
Yes, it had a box office. Yes, I saw it at the Moxie in Springfield. In a little
what was the
theater.
wide release for that? How many theaters did it?
I don't have that. I do have the total box office take.
Okay.
Guess box office take.
300,000. That's my
I'm going to
guess.
tell you the budget.
You already told me the budget.
The budget was $25,000. So you said 300,000.
I'm guessing lower than that.
Okay, what do we got?
Like 100,000? Is that too crazy?
I mean, it was playing in Springfield.
Played in Springfield's Independent Theater. I'm counted in this.
$500,000.
It was $47K. 47.
Oh, so I was closest without going over.
We're the closest.
Wait, what did you say?
Hey, Price is Right.
You were just the closest, I think.
Yeah. Oh, I did go over.
You still went over.
Yeah.
We all went
We were
over.
all over.
Bum, bum, bum.
So I saw it at the Moxie in Springfield, and I loved it.
Did you see it as part of some sort of festival?
No, they just were
Just
playing
a random
it. They were
night.
just playing it a random night.
Okay.
And I was like, this is great. I'm going to love indie films because I just had a great time.
That
with
was
this
your
movie.
whole personality.
Nobody would ever have heard of this movie, and it was great. I had a great time, and so I went to see more movies, and they were all terrible.
Oh.
Independent, low budget
got
movies
lucky that once.
aren't very hit or miss. They're very miss.
Yeah.
And I had a great hit right up. On the cover of the box, it says this year's Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh.
Thoughts?
Not
Wait,
even
what year was
comparable.
this?
This was 2005. Napoleon Dynamite was 2004?
I don't remember.
I think it was 2004.
I think it was 2004 because I was in the 5th grade.
This is more like this year's A Mighty Wind.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's much more of the mockumentary genre.
Yeah, that's more genre appropriate. But I think they're saying in the indie hit that comes out of nowhere, that's super low budget. My friend Derek says that Napoleon Dynamite ruined his senior year of high school.
Because he looked like him?
No, because everyone was just quoting it constantly. Like it just ruined high school.
Derek.
And
I mean, the same thing happened with Family Guy, Super Troopers, Anchorman. I mean,
And in 2004, 2005, it was even...
when our parents went to college, it was Animal House.
It was the internet, Homestar Runner.
Oh, I remember that too.
Remember, that was like a huge thing. Mushroom,
Okay.
mushroom, mushroom.
Happy Tree Friends. That
I
was a
remember
thing.
Happy Tree Friends.
Snake.
What's this?
Oh, badger.
Why did we think that was funny?
Mushroom.
I don't know. It was. I thought it was hilarious.
Some people thought that was like
Kill your parents. Do you remember that one?
No.
It was like a Hitler cat face and like an anarchy symbol spinning around it, and its eyes are blinking, and it goes, "Kill your parents.
Kill your parents.
Kill your parents. Absolutely.
So
not.
it's not mockumentary. Napoleon
No.
Dynamite's not a mockumentary.
This is like way more cynical than Napoleon Dynamite too. Napoleon Dynamite was like an upbeat, like, oh yeah.
Weirdos are
Yeah,
people
this is
too.
like way more cynical.
It's very
This is like weirdos are not people. Weirdos are like
trash. And now we have a sanctioned league. You know, the league has kept the rules basically the same as I've known them since a boy. Diesel, exit, farm, driver, triple combination. Roadkill, X. Driver's point, roadkill rule, X-ray. The roadkill rule was enacted to alleviate a recurring situation in which several games carried on for hundreds of miles and hours and hours and hours searching for an X or a Dairy Queen. This here is my Stadium Pal. Lock that in place there. Obviously it's an external polyurethane bladder. I attach it to my leg. I use this to capture and store my urine until I'm ready to deal with it on my own terms.
Is that for medical reasons?
Oh, no. No, it's one of the many tools I use in my life to actually take control back in my life. If I'm driving, I'm driving. If I'm doing chores, I'm doing chores. If I'm working, especially when I'm working, I want to be working. I don't want to be going potty.
That the haircut's free, it's the clown you're paying for. Understand? Great.
When we made the switch from punk band to Christian band, Shelly would come to all our shows. She would go up to Sean and they would be talking and they would be talking about the frozen entrees. And man, she just out of the gate, boom, and which, you know, got me going. All that excitement got me going, and I got a collection of myself, and you know, and she helped me out along the way. She told me what entrees I should be keeping, what entrees I should be selling. Man, she's just such a super gal.
If you saw it and thought it was hilarious, you'd be like, oh man, this is going to take off and maybe it'll be the weird hit. And it comes out of nowhere. Like, boy, dynamite. I kind of agree.
I mean,
it just didn't actually happen.
Yeah.
That was right when the mockumentary market was being saturated.
The Office starts in 2005. It also had a lot of comparisons to Clerks. If you go read reviews when that came out, there's a lot of Clerks because that was a budget of $28,000.
Yes, that makes sense.
I can see that a lot
passion
more.
project by one dude.
Unlovable Losers.
Better or worse than Clerks?
This one's like way denser than Clerks.
Yeah.
Dense is a good
It's
word for
it's
that.
really dense. Every single image has so many things going on.
Yeah.
There's just so many little props and, you know,
little background
that guy up for
things.
the camera.
Yeah.
No.
Pepper hates books.
I'm sorry. Now I'm on the hotline, which is pretty nice, really challenging. Answer calls all day, eat my lunch, answer more calls. It's pretty busy. Hello, Sarah? Right, it says, let's see, I've been told that you're a virgin. Oh. They call into our triage center first. The triage counselor will talk to them.
I'm quite proud of the fact that one of my productions, won a Golden Hose Award. It's very prestigious. It's an award for excellence in video production. Whew. What a blaze. Thanks, fellas. Job well done. Gosh, just a year ago, I was just a regular guy dragging a hose. But since the tragic events of 9/11, I've become a hero to a confused and frightened nation. Every man wants to be me. Every woman wants my seed.
In order to create a bond like that on the corporate level, we put our participants through a living, breathing hell on earth, designed to break down the individual spirit while building up the ultimate unbeatable corporate team.
It's for you to be a team leader today and for you to create a win-win synergy for the team. You think you can do that for us? Yes, sir. Perfect. Cut them down.
She's not my girlfriend, but this one's for Shelly.
Because I would never do anything to jeopardize our friendship. It's just so perfect the way it is. So.
Hey, hey, Shelly, come on. Hey, hey, Shelly, come on. Hey, Shelly, come on. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Shelly, Shelly. Come on, come on, come on. Shelly, Shelly.
Would you rather imagine 6 months have gone by, a year, and I'm like, you want to watch Never Been Thought or you want to watch Clerks? Which one are you going with?
I'm gonna say Never Been Thought, only because it reminds me of my youth group years in some ways, and I think that's funny.
Clerks or Never Been Thought?
I think I would do Never Been Thawed because I know a lot of people that collect stuff too, so I know that like within kind of groups of collectors or like niche little groups. There's like a lot of interesting people, so it seems just a bit more relatable to me. I've never worked like a gas station job or...
Yeah, I'm going with Never Been Thawed.
Me too.
Just a lot more going
Wow.
on. There's just a lot more going on there.
fun.
Also, it gets a lot of comparisons to Waiting for Guffman.
I haven't seen
various
that.
Christopher
Oh,
Mighty
yeah.
Wind.
Christopher Guest movies.
You know,
Best
Mighty
in
Wind,
Show.
Best in Show.
Spinal Tap.
Oh, it's really fun to watch with the commentary on.
Because they're in character.
Yeah, they do the
Oh.
commentary in character.
I feel like maybe I
They
have
have this running
seen
gag
that.
where they keep saying like, "Oh, that was so and so. He's dead now."
That's like a big deal.
And then Marty just has the tail end of this.
Yeah, just to show that the boo-boo on your lid.
That's all he's doing.
And that's
Yeah,
in mind.
and that's provoking. You know, I mean, that's very provoking.
It's inflammatory, literally.
Yeah.
But you don't always pack.
I remember
properly.
her.
Yeah, Gloria.
She's alive.
Yeah, she's
She's alive.
yeah. Why don't they have these things when you get on trains?
Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting?
Well, it's because they can't say this train is going to Havana.
Oh, like no one's going to blow up a train.
Yeah. Oh,
Ooh.
look at that.
She had just put a transmission in his new Mustang. It's purple. He thought we'd have a lot in common, and we do. We both like to go to the movies. We both like to go out to dinner, and we share a real desire to avoid eternal damnation.
We have an amazing relationship, and it's very physical. I mean, he still pushes all my buttons. Yeah, we both have so much in common. We both love soup and talking and not talking.
The No Choice Cafe is an anti-abortion themed Christian cafe next to or adjacent to abortion clinics all across the United States. We're looking at having 5 stores within the Metro Phoenix area within the next year, and then also opening.
Published this magazine here, American Bitch, the dog magazine for women and their dogs. It's a focus on the issues of the lesbian purebred dog owner.
You know, they cut out the Salisbury Steak Hungry Man last season, so when you pass...
58% on Rotten Tomato meter.
That's a shame.
This film.
That is a shame.
I think people are judging it
That's
on its
the
budget.
Critics, the
And
audience,
lighting.
audience score is 62%.
That's more of what I would give
So
it.
audience
Maybe
is
a
fresh.
70.
Tomato meter is not fresh because it's 60%. That's the cutoff.
I'd give this
Straddles
movie a
it, straddles
solid
it.
like 80%.
I would say
do
C
too.
plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
B
for
minus.
Yeah. It is. The lighting is probably its weakest link.
Lighting. It's shot on DV cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
the production
$25,000
value
budget.
is not great.
They spent all of that on props.
Where did they get all of the food from? Did they just they had some cool little boxes? Where are they all from?
I mean, some of them look like they're from the grocery store.
Clearly, they had someone who works in some sort of printing. There's T-shirts, magazines,
Lots of
logos
nice
on the
magazines.
store, post. There's
The
so
Jesus
many
poster
props.
in her cubicle.
Yeah. So we haven't talked about the plot. Anybody want to take a crack at the plot?
Is it like Friends, but the friends are?
How would it be like Friends?
It's just like a group of
Just
people
like a
with
giant ensemble.
I mean, there was a love triangle.
There was a love
There's
triangle.
several.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
was,
there actually are several by the end, aren't there?
Yeah. So there's the main love triangle.
Every time you look at me, it just tears my heart apart. Hey, Shelly, come on.
You have a chance. I've seen this girl. She's in your league. She's nothing to write home about. This is easy to figure out. Sean got dumped. She's got a crush on Sean. Is she still going to be your little princess after he's banged the shit out of her?
Chuck, don't say that. Shelly's not that way, okay? She works at an abstinence center and she's really religious. She's just not that
They're
way.
all that
no,
way.
not Shelly.
Dad, would you tell him, please?
They're all whores out.
Not a lot of plot for like 30 minutes. I feel like you're just like
It does
this weird
kick in
prop.
after a while.
Yeah, then it kicks in with like the love triangle, and it's all about that really. And then like the success or failure of their frozen food convention.
And I saw that there was an ad for a frozen food convention. Then, the following week, I see that there's 2 ads. Now there's 2 ads. There's a big ad, and then there's a little ad. So what I'm figuring out is, these 2 guys, Sean and Vince, they've split up. They've gone their separate ways. One guy's having a big convention, the other guy's having a small convention. I don't think anyone's going.
Ruben.
What are you doing? You getting in the trash, buddy?
Trying.
It's mostly just them, like, there's not conflict. They're just like, here's my weird hobby I do, and we just laugh at all the little details and their magazines and
the cafe.
Like the details of their life.
There's not a lot of movies I can think of that are similar in that way, where it's like about all these sight gags and less about a plot.
Well, that's just kind of like Airplane.
Right.
Where there is a plot, but the plot is pointless.
The plot
it's
of
all
0
about
Hour, I
the
think.
sight gags and the puns.
Yeah.
History of the World Part 1.
It reminds me of Jacques Tati's Playtime.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Which was my my main film professor in undergrad, Dr. White. That's his favorite movie of all time is Jacques Tati's Playtime, which is a movie with like literally no plot.
Yeah. Well, that's how the whole Monsieur Hulot series is. This one's more like Mon Oncle because there's all like the times going on. I guess Playtime is about like the era that it's set in.
I remember him telling the class, he's like, you guys are gonna not like this, but this is my favorite movie. And we're like, why? And he's like,
very
I just
self-indulgent.
love it. There's a scene where like in an airport and just like walking in an airport or whatever. And in the background, there's like extras. And then you cut away or something and you cut back and the extras have been replaced by cardboard cutouts, but they're like this big on the screen. And he just thinks that's hilarious. It's just like, is that funny? I don't really get it.
Femme du monde ou démonstratrice, ménagère ou étudiante.
Did we come up with a drinking game?
Too hard.
It's like drink every time there's a weird prop, and you're like, where did they get that printed? Because you're gonna be so
I guess
drunk.
Maybe take a drink every time you notice something in the background that is just totally ridiculous.
It's just gonna be drinking
the entire
Yeah,
time.
that's just constant drinking. The
It's
movie's
just
too dense.
everywhere.
That's just like being like, there, this movie goes again.
But also, it's about this Christian rock band that was a punk rock band, and now
That's
they're like,
generous.
Yeah, it's basically the plot of a South Park episode.
Yeah. I think because
Which came
there's a
first?
lot of basis in reality there.
Yeah.
There's money in
Totally.
the Christian rock scene.
I think the South Park episode came first, if I had to guess. Christian Rock Hard. Google it. That's the name of the South Park
I mean, it would have
episode.
been like
I want
about
to say
this-
that's like 2003.
Yeah, about the same time.
Which might maybe have been, they maybe have started shooting us first. But.
I promote them, I manage them, and I babysit them.
We just set to rewriting the lyrics right there in the studio. Me and Al sat down, worked on the lyrics. I mean, we just stayed up late nights, and we not only did we rewrite the lyrics, we re-recorded all of the vocals.
Fat girls, I love to fuck. Skinny girls, I love to fuck. Pretty girls, I love to fuck. Any girl who wants to get fucked.
Hey, that was pretty good. Let's roll it back on the top, though. This time, let's do the new Christian lyric version. Stand by.
Hey, I got to pray every single day.
Wow.
And the fact is that like the bar is lower for Christian music consumers, so it doesn't have to be as good.
You want to talk about Christian rock?
Sure.
You want to tell us about Christian rock a little bit?
What do you want to know about Christian rock?
I don't know anything about it. What do you got for me? You are an aficionado of Christian rock. You were very involved in the Christian rock.
I suppose that this time period, like the early 2000s, was really probably its heyday. Like MySpace, bands would have their own MySpace page.
We didn't see a MySpace page. We should have seen the band's
We
MySpace
saw a
page.
Hot or Not page.
We did see Hot or Not.
This is true.
I guess it's kind of expanded my personal life, you could say, in a way, because I've met people, people have approached me online, and, you kind of start chatting with them. And I think if Sean had met someone online instead of, in a bar, he might be happier. He might have found someone who really appreciates him more.
Basically, anything that happened in the mainstream music industry, like 6 months later, there would be a Christian copycat.
What was the Christian Linkin Park?
Oh, that wasn't really
Christian Limp Bizkit.
Also, I mean, what was that one band that it was like kind of a crossover?
POD.
POD.
What does that even stand for?
Payable upon death. Payable on death?
I didn't even know that.
You.
I didn't even know
I remember vividly somebody in German class. What's your favorite band? But we're in German. And they said POD. And she's like, what is that? I don't know what that is. And he's explaining it as payable on death. I was like, what? It's like, aren't they like Christian or death metal?
They
What?
had that one song that was like a really big crossover, and I can't remember.
Wait, Christian. Oh, no, never mind.
Yeah.
I can't deny you.
Yes.
I feel so alive.
so
That's what it was.
alive.
Evanescence.
Oh,
Were
yeah.
they crossed over?
was a crossover.
Katy Perry crossed over.
I think she dropped.
She went the opposite way. She was originally a Christian artist,
And then was like,
went the
I
other
kissed
way.
a girl. Lesbians are cool.
I didn't hear any of her other music before she
We
kissed
should
a girl.
look it up. I kissed a boy.
It was like
and it was
bubblegum
appropriate.
pop,
Yeah.
Oh.
Jesus music.
I kissed
Jesus
the boy
loved
and his mustache tickled.
Keep going.
I don't know much
If you
more
keep going
about
very
song.
long, you and I are gonna have to kiss.
We got the cameras rolling, so.
Why they named their
what was your major in college when you started college?
Music business.
Music business. Here
This
we
is a
go.
picture.
Here we go.
This is 2002. My best friend and I, shout out to Liz, were on our way to a Reliant K concert.
Oh, you guys look so cute. I love the striped tights.
I like the tie as a belt.
Oh my god.
I got that shirt at a Piggly Wiggly in Louisiana.
Piggly
look
Wiggly.
adorable though.
Piggly Wiggly. Piggly Wiggly was the first grocery store in the world where you would go and not in the world where you didn't go with a list and hand it to a clerk. And they're like, here, just go grab your shit and bring it up. They were the ones that invented that. It was Piggly Wiggly.
Wow.
It happened
Wiggly.
like less than 120 years ago. You went to the store with a list and you handed them the list and they shopped for you.
That's probably because there was just so much thievery going on at some point that all the grocers were like, fuck this. Everything's behind the counter now.
I feel like having seen that South Park episode recently, it's like the same thing.
I have never in my life done anything just for the money. If I'm lying, may the Lord strike me down right now.
In fact, the South Park episode ends in Cartman saying, fuck Jesus. That's in this too.
Yeah, true.
But you spread the word of the Lord. You brought faith in Jesus.
Oh, fuck Jesus!
Fucking fed up with this shit, Sean. Fuck you. Fuck your TV dinners and you know what? Fuck Jesus.
Everybody in this room a little closer to salvation. Converting motherfuckers all across this holy nation.
I wanna get down on my knees and start pleasing Jesus. I wanna feel his salvation all over my face.
You say that you're gay, but you weren't born that way. You could swing the other way.
The body of Christ, sleek swimmer's body, all mustered up and toned. Body of Christ, oh what a body, I wish I could call it my own.
He loves you, he will forgive you, but if you fuck with him, you are going straight to hell.
So you watch this and you're thinking of like dudes you knew in college, the dude aesthetic.
With the chain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, it just really strongly reminds me of living in Springfield, Missouri during the like Bush administration. We're talking about like there's like 9/11.
Yeah, we have to worry about terrorism at the
Yeah.
at the convention.
Okay, on the topic of terrorism, which I think we have to address.
Stem cells and like that was what every college discussion and like a philosophy class was about, like stem cell research. All right, we're gonna play a game. I've got a list of films for you. I have 5 films. Are they rated higher or lower than this movie on IMDb? This movie has a 5.7 on IMDb. Is it better or worse than Enough with J-Lo? You know that film?
So I had a friend who loved that movie in college. You know what? Anyone I
Very,
know,
very straightforward.
anyone I've ever talked to who knows Enough loves it. So I'm saying Enough is rated higher.
Yeah, I bet.
You know
it's
people
rated
who
higher
like that
than
movie?
this.
Yeah, I do.
it's so
Everyone I
random.
know who knows that movie likes it.
People
It's
just have like an undying love for Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah, she is beloved.
They love, she's
Actress.
beloved.
The actress.
And Ladies Kicking Ass. I think they like Ladies
Even
Kicking Ass.
that. If you're
Revenge
going into that
stories.
movie with a, I want to see women kicking ass, it's like an hour and 10 minutes of her getting beat up.
Oh,
And then
until you
she
get
beats him
there.
up once at the end and like finishes the job. Although she does it poorly. Repeatedly, she like knocks him down and is like, gives him a one-liner, and then he'll get up and like slam her face into a wall. And you're like, what are you doing? Over the Top. The wrestling, arm wrestling Stallone movie. Better or worse?
It's gotta be lower.
Over the Top is lower?
It's gotta be lower.
Than Never Been Thought.
Yeah,
I gotta agree
Lower,
with that.
lower, okay. Cobra, Stallone action movie, also a Golden Globus
Yeah. I think I've
Cannon
seen
film.
that.
Cobra.
I bet it's rated higher.
Pretty unremarkable. I'm gonna go with higher.
Higher. Zardoz.
It's gotta be lower.
We all know Zardoz. So Zardoz is lower than Never Been Thought.
People like to shit on Zardoz, you know.
They do, but it has that.
I like
camp-
Zardoz
is
too,
also
but people like to shit on
beloved.
it.
Yeah, it has that camp factor.
Yeah, I bet Zardoz is rated higher.
Yes, I'm gonna say higher also.
RoboCop 2.
Lower.
So I like Robo. I like the first two.
What are the people? The
His
masses
response.
It's so hard to choose. Don't make me say under.
So you're saying
I'm gonna say under, even though I haven't seen it, just as a guess.
Under.
It was a trick question because they were all those films are 5.8s and this was a 5.7.
Oh, they were
Oh,
all.
they were all just a
over.
little bit better.
I feel like that was
rated.
mean.
Point being, I think this movie is better than all of those except for Zardoz. I'm going to put Zardoz ahead of it.
Whoa! Terminator 2 or RoboCop,
RoboCop.
2 has a lot going for it. The original
can't
script
remember
was written
it.
by Frank Miller before he was
The comic book,
Cocoa Bananas.
Frank Miller.
Yeah,
Cocoa bananas?
Cuckoo Bananas.
It's like Cocoa Banana.
Well,
Chocolate banana?
It's
or-
because we're drinking coconut.
It's before he turned
it
into a
must
chocolate
be.
banana.
Lime in the coconut. Sean Anders, who plays Sean Anderson. He wrote, directed, shot, etc.
Where is he today?
So where is he today?
Is that where you're gonna? That's where you're going.
I was going to go to his IMDb.
Oh my god.
He's got to be in production somewhere, right? Hopefully, because he's got
a
talent.
career. He's got a career.
He's got talent. So
think maybe he's
I would
a dad
hope
Make
somewhere.
anything else?
I think maybe he's a dad somewhere.
He's dead.
A dad.
A dad.
Oh,
I thought you said dead.
Oh,
too.
that's probably the
No,
joke
he's
I
a
was
dad.
going for. I was
Same thing.
hoping someone would say, "Oh, he did a mass shooting or something," something.
Oh no, I just imagine that he popped out a couple kids.
He apparently is
Perhaps.
married. He gropes a lady, and then one of those Christian rock fans' last name is Anders, so hopefully that's his wife and not his sister.
We're seeing the world. Yeah. We're just making insane bank. We're just boning just all these hot Christian chicks, and we're just getting fucked up on the bus. And I got a tat, and
He is a Sagittarius. What do you expect?
When I'm in a situation where my chastity is threatened, and well, I haven't actually been in a situation like that with a real person, but in my fantasy or in my head, I've.
So think about sketches we might do later.
No.
Okay. Anyway, so I saw this movie and was like, I'm gonna follow, see what this dude does, and clearly his thing is like sight gags, all these visuals. He made a really bad movie called Sex Drive. I say really bad. I have not seen it.
Wait a minute.
Clark
I think I've seen
Duke.
that.
If you know Clark Duke, I think his name is Clark in The Office. He's in the last season. He's in Hot Tub Time Machine. So
Drive.
Sex Drive, Clark Duke. Seth Green is in it as an Amish guy.
Yep, I've seen Sex Drive.
So
It's-
he wrote and directed that. That's his next big project.
It's not good.
He then is a writer on Hot Tub Time Machine. Hot Tub Time Machine, I remember it was such a big deal when it came out.
It was a flash in the pan.
A little disappointing, I thought.
It was entertaining.
It had a sequel.
It had a sequel that was like shoved to video. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know that it came out in theaters. It was like, wait, that came out? And I saw it and it was like, the Hot Tub Time Machine had to make money. Why didn't they put some money in the sequel? They
Yeah,
had
I
like
don't
most
know.
of the stars back. They didn't get John Cusack back. I think
Oh.
that was kind of a big draw, I guess. He wrote on She's Out of My League.
I saw that.
Yeah,
with
I
haven't seen that.
The guy with the hair.
Yeah,
That's my boy, the Adam Sandler, Andy Samberg.
Oh,
He
I started that
directed
one
that,
and
did not write.
decided not to finish it.
Yeah, I decided not to start it. So.
No.
Writer on We're the Millers.
I remember that's the RV one with the
Sudeikis
Jennifer
and-
Aniston woman.
Yep. Horrible Bosses 2.
Jennifer Aniston's in that one again.
Yeah,
now.
she is.
She is. She's like a weird, horny dentist.
Caitlin? Hey, sweetie, how you doing? Is that operculum still obscuring your number 3 molar?
I don't know.
Well, let's dig in and find out. Huh?
Oh, I thought
Right?
she was a horny
She, like,
teacher.
date rapes him in
Wait,
the
is that
dental chair.
Cameron Diaz?
That's Bad Teacher with Cameron.
Oh. See,
He's a writer on Dumb and Dumber 2.
Ooh.
Electric Boogaloo?
Daddy's Home and Daddy's Home 2.
Oh, I had some
those
really
on
good
purpose.
satisfaction of the day at work when I got to pull those off the shelf to make room for other better movies.
Totally.
Yeah, so having seen this, when I went to see Hot Tub Time Machine, I knew he was like one of the writers. So I was like, this is going to have a lot of visual, sight gag, little,
Little things.
And it's a time
Details.
travel movie where like they alter the future. I was like, this is going to have so many little details of like altering the future, you know what I'm talking? And there's a scene at the very beginning where John Cusack is depressed because like his wife left him. He has a sheet of stickers, like little red dots, and it's like, put it on anything you don't want her to take. And so he's like putting it on various things. I was like, oh, there's going to be red dots throughout the whole movie. And it's like one joke off of that, nothing. And there's not really much. It's like, I was real disappointed. It's like, where's the sight gags, man? So
Where's the detail? Where's the attention to detail?
Yeah, and I don't feel like, I haven't seen many of those films, but I don't feel like they have that.
Maybe he doesn't have the creative control that...
Well, yeah, because I mean, often he's one of the 4 writers.
It's
really
the
hard.
Amish lady. Why have I seen some of that too, but didn't finish it?
So I watched it in high school because we had satellite, and I wanted to see
I was
boobs.
just like, meh.
That's why I watched it. I don't know why you watched it.
Maybe the same thing.
You wanted to see some boobs in a movie? Yeah. It's really hard for me to distinguish Sex Drive from the one where they go to Europe.
Eurotrip.
Scotty
That's kind of the same
doesn't
premise.
know.
Yeah, it's a rip-off of those, obviously.
He's like got a pen pal on like AOL Instant Messenger that's a hot girl, but he's like lying about who he is, and it's like, oh, I gotta
Yeah.
go meet her, and they go on a big
That
trip.
I remember.
It's the same plot. And Eurotrip is a ripoff of Road Trip by the same guy. It's Todd Phillips.
Wait, what movie is Scotty doesn't know from?
Eurotrip.
Oh, is that from that?
That's Eurotrip.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm impressive.
Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Scotty
He's in that fake band.
know that Fiona and
His,
me
like, head
do
is
it in my
shaved.
van every Sunday. He thinks that she's in church, but she's on her knees, and Scotty doesn't know. Here's an Amazon review of this.
Ooh, I do love a good Amazon review.
Most of the characters in this film are fundamentalist Christians of one sort or another, and a few are Christian rockers. It's obvious the director doesn't like conservative Christians, and therein lies the problem. These characters say and do things that no actual fundamentalist would do. If you're going to lampoon somebody effectively, you have to understand your subject and be able to put yourself in their shoes and think like them. This film utterly fails to do so. So they're clearly fake, Christian Profiteer magazine.
Doing out there, they're protesting, they're yelling things, there's different slogans. I thought, these people have to be hungry. And as the rents kind of plummeted, I moved in, and all of a sudden I was taking advantage, or I was actually,
It's like all of I guess Shelley. Mm-hmm. Maybe Al. Is Al a real fundamentalist, or is it just that he was obsessed with Shelley?
He's just obsessed with Shelley.
So it's really Shelley's
He's
like
just
the
obsessed
only
with
one.
any girl that doesn't want him, really.
Yeah. So the Christian band, they're a punk band, and they just sell out because they think they can make money. So it's like, it's not really lampooning Christians. It's really making fun of Christian rock is stupid.
The industry.
These people are exploiting
general,
it.
Yeah.
Shelley. Is Shelley an accurate portrayal of a fundamentalist Christian? Like, she goes and has sex with the dude.
I mean, I knew girls
Because
that
she
happened to in high school.
Jacob
game?
probably.
Jacob won the game. This is your prize. You get to eat this.
I'm not going to collect it. I'm going to take... Is it thawing right now?
Yeah, it's
oh my god, I have to put this in the freezer so it accrues value.
What do we got there?
We have backyard barbecue meal.
Do you want to get in on the ground floor of collecting a new thing that's cool, like NFTs? An NFT is a one-of-a-kind thing. sort of. I don't know why, but the internet's gone crazy about these things, these NFTs. I don't really get it. What's that? I'm pretty sure there's only one of this. I mean, there's thousands, but like this is the only one that's this one. Can I make an NFT out of a physical object? Write in the comments. Tell me what a thing is. I don't. Define thing.
Fuck you, Eric. The body of Christ.
Dad, would you tell him, please?
They're all whores out.
It's the way he boobs his pants.
You can hang with the thugs and thieves. You can hang like a side of beef. But
I mean, she's kind of reserved and she's a little, quiet, soft-spoken, I guess. But, we call each other well, I call her.
But you got Linda McCartney? She's dead. That's worth something. All right, here we go.
We're going to learn how to be a hero.